What makes a video game unforgettable? Could it be the storyline? Perhaps the characters? The ending, or maybe the hours invested in it? Quite possibly. Or could it simply be the emotion it instills, long after the final scene fades? Or the memories it helps us to forge? Well, that's also a possibility. Dear viewer, I invite you to pause for a moment and think about a game that has etched itself into your memory. Found one? If not, that's okay. You will soon understand that you will find one eventually. Now, if you did found one, imagine the myriad of other viewers who have watched or will watch this video, each with their own unforgettable game. What's fascinating is how unique your game and the reasons it's unforgettable are to you. I've been immersed in the world of video games for as long as I can remember myself. But it was only in the past year that I truly grasped how some games have become unforgettable to me. These are games that carve out a special place in your heart. Games that breathe life into lines of code and nestle in your memory. We call our favorites unforgettable video games. And I've been wondering, why do people group certain games under the unforgettable tag, and not just favorite or best video games? If you clicked on this video, you may have had this thought too. Or maybe you just wanted to see what this video has to offer. And that's totally fine either way. I want to help you better understand what unforgettable games are in my opinion, and what drives people to call them unforgettable, and not something else. Let's delve into some games that have become unforgettable to me. Perhaps this will shed light on what makes a game unforgettable, and why such games are uniquely unforgettable to each individual. During an extensive lockdown in my city due to the COVID-19 pandemic, I discovered a game called Rust through a friend. Whether you're familiar with it or not is irrelevant. After I managed to get my friends to buy the game, with them on board, Rust became more than just a game to us. It was a space where we could create memories with each other when reality forbade it from happening in the outside world. We laughed, learned, and bonded, all within this virtual landscape. Rust filled the void left by evening gatherings that couldn't happen and other social activities that we wanted so bad. It was our haven. A place where we could let loose and just be ourselves. I remember all of the small things. Fighting for what we have created in the game. Getting excited together when we reach a new milestone, and learning from our mistakes as a group of silly friends. Rust has earned a permanent spot in my memory, but it's not guaranteed to have the same impact on my friend. That's because our individual experiences and feelings about the game are uniquely ours. Similarly, you, the viewer, may have or will experience Rust differently. Whether you love it or despise it, your feelings about it are yours alone. Every player sees the game differently. That's truly magical, isn't it? Now, let's journey from the desolate landscapes of Rust to the fantastical world of another unforgettable game for me, that is also my most played, Final Fantasy XIV. Despite ceasing to play it a while ago, I'm certain that it will never fade from my memory. The emotionally charged storyline, the characters with whom I formed deep connections and cried over their deaths and losses, and the lasting friendships I made with people from all around the world are all reasons Final Fantasy XIV remains unforgettable to me. Do you have a similar game? A game that stirs emotions, that warms your heart at the mere thought of it? If you haven't found your unforgettable game yet, fret not. You will, in time. And if you're mulling over a game but are unsure if it's truly unforgettable to you, it probably isn't. When a game becomes unforgettable, you'll know it, without a shadow of doubt. It's an inside feeling, a feeling that you have connected with the video game in a way that you have never before. Rust and Final Fantasy XIV became unforgettable to me long after I stopped playing them. Because sometimes it's only in retrospect, when the experience is irretrievable, that you realize its true significance. Or you may call it the until it's gone syndrome. But that's in my case. You may find your unforgettable game the moment you pick it up. So don't worry if you haven't discovered your unforgettable game yet. You will. And if you already have one, I'm genuinely happy for you. It's truly a heartwarming feeling to know that there is a special place for you, even if it exists only in a virtual realm. Did I help you illuminate what makes a video game unforgettable? There is a unique magic that video games possess. They create worlds where we can be anyone, do anything, and because of that, you also make memories that couldn't be made anywhere else. Whether it's an online multiplayer game or a single-player game, every game can fill the role of being unforgettable for someone. But unforgettable might not be the right word for a game that you love so dearly, you'll never forget. Perhaps we should call them shelter games, because they're offering us refuge from the fear of one day forgetting video games and growing out of them. I know that I'll always remember Rust and Final Fantasy XIV, even if I stop playing video games. I'd be delighted to hear about your shelter games in the comments, and why they hold that special place for you. And maybe I'll even find a new shelter game through your suggestions. My name is Couscous, and I sincerely thank you for joining me on this video. But before this video ends, I want to answer the question I asked you at the start of the video. The thing that makes a video game unforgettable is none of the things that I said. It's you.